This is Sony's BRAVIA Theater Quad. This is a system of 4 speakers that offers 360 spatial sound mapping, Dolby Atmos decoding, and DTS:X decoding. It sounds impressive, and with its soft, understated looks, I think it'll fit into most home decors as well. This is a speaker system for people that want immersive surround sound, but don't want large speakers and their stands taking up space in their home, and who don't want to run wire to the 4 ends of the earth. So, let's see what they're all about. Unpacking and placing these speakers around your room takes all of 10 minutes. Along with the speakers themselves and the base station that sends wireless audio to them, Sony has included mounting hardware that works both as a stand and as a wall mount. That's a nice touch. The base station has one HDMI 2.1 input that supports up to 8K resolution, along with 4K 120 frames per second and Dolby Atmos to pass through to your television. It also has one HDMI eARC port to receive audio back from your TV for use with streaming apps or other devices hooked up to your television. If you have a compatible Sony BRAVIA screen, it also has an output to use the speakers in the TV as a dedicated center channel. Plug in the base station, plug in the power cable for each of the speakers and place them around your room according to the labels you will find underneath each speaker, and your setup is almost there. Once powered on, a download of the BRAVIA Connect app to your phone allows you to complete the process. After creating a Sony account within the app, you will be able to use the microphones on your phone to calibrate the system. Unfortunately, in order to calibrate the system, you must register an account. I do not know why. Otherwise, it's a fairly straightforward process, and the app walks you through each step pretty clearly. For me, it took about 5 minutes. In addition to playing audio from your TV sources, there is also support for Apple AirPlay 2 and Spotify Connect. In the Spotify devices list, the BRAVIA Quads simply show up as home theater and not some inscrutable product number. Somebody was thinking when they came up with that. Each of the speakers in the system come with 4 drivers. A woofer, mid-range, and tweeter fires towards you, and a 4th speaker fires up for support of height effects. One of the key selling points of the quads is the ability, within reason, to place them conveniently around your room. Sony's sound field optimization then makes them all into a cohesive whole. Once calibrated, you can turn the sound field on or off within the app. I found this calibration to make the space seem much bigger than it actually is, even though there's a wall 3 feet over my shoulder. Crowd noises, the whirling of helicopters, the soft rustle of wind through leaves really seem to extend out into space. The speakers themselves do a good job in the mids to highs, which is extremely important for actually placing sounds in space around you. The low end is subdued, but there. Sony offers 2 differently sized wireless subwoofers that can complement the quads, and for a home theater, I really do think having one is a must. When I paired the 300-watt SA SW5 sub with the speakers, everything came alive. The deep rumble of Thor's hammer hits in the Avengers, and the pounding musical scores from The Art of Flight really started to soar. The spatial room mapping kept everything clear, and the dialogue distinct. One interesting thing to keep in mind is, despite how good Sony's sound mapping and upmixing are, on sources that are natively mono or stereo, it can sound a little bit thin with the sound field engaged. Steve McQueen's motorcycle chase in The Great Escape, for example, sounds better to my ear with the sound field turned off. So try both for each of your sources and choose the one that sounds best to you. Thankfully, Sony's made this a one-touch toggle in the app. What Sony has here is a very impressive home theater system that visually recedes into the room. The setup is quick and easy, and the app is intuitive to use. The speakers, despite their size, punch way above their weight and really give an immersive soundstage. I'd say pair it with a Sony wireless subwoofer, sit back, and relax. Or hang on to the edge of your seat. Just depends on what you're watching.